Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. All right, this will be part 3, top 100 countdown. It'll be cards number 50 to 26. So if you're not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 500 by sometime next year, so would really appreciate it. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and look at some cards. Number 50, recent pickup, 2018 Topps Aaron Judge, the Father's Day blue out of 50. You got the Rookie Cup there. You got the Future Stars designation there. Great image for Judge. PSA 7, so got a little bit of a price discount there based on the condition. So card I'm really happy with. Kind of a key modern card for me. So really fits in well with what I'm trying to do right now in modern baseball. So got the Aaron Judge Future Stars blue out of 50. Card number 50. All right, I'll show you the back real quick. It's card number 1, series 1, number 35 of 50. Okay, 49, Star Wars. Topps Throwback Thursday. Queen Amidala, Padme Amidala. It's the 1973 Topps football design. PSA 10, graded this one myself a while back. So great image, very clean design, pretty rare. It could be a pop one still for all I know. Print run, pretty low. I think there's probably less than 50 to 60 of these total printed. Yeah, so the SPs were like 1 in 20 or something like that. I don't know what the... It's been a while since I've looked at these, but yeah, very, very cool card. One of my favorite Throwback Thursday cards. There you see the back, 1973 football. So, all right, that's number 49. 48, we'll go football. 2003, Topps Chrome, Marvin Harrison Gold X-Fractor. These are out of 101. So, love that photograph. Probably my favorite Marvin Harrison card that I have. It's been a mainstay on the countdown, so if you've been around for a while, you've seen this one a couple times, but yeah, this is one that would always be pretty hard to let go, so I don't think I'll be getting rid of this anytime soon. So definitely love that Marvin there. Number 48. Okay, 47. I'll go vintage non-sports. Got the 1957 Dutch Gum, Marilyn Monroe. PSA 3, good color on that one. I love that 20th Century Fox logo in the lower left there. Very, very cool card. Graded this one just last year, I think, if I remember right. But card number 47 there. All right, 46. We'll stick with vintage non-sport. This will be the Liz Taylor from 1961 Dutch Gum. Really iconic shot. Obviously, she's pretty well known for the Cleopatra role in that film in general. But yeah, PSA 8 too. Probably one of the first, I think I bought this, I did buy this graded already, and I think it was one of the first Dutch Gum cards that I bought upon returning to the hobby, so always been fond of this one. Just the condition combined with the, just how iconic that photo is, and yeah, it's tough to find these in high grade for photos that you actually like, and movie stars you like and all that kind of thing. So there we go. Liz Taylor at number 40, let's see, 50, 40, 46. All right, so number 45, we'll go over to modern baseball. This is the 2022 Topps Chrome, the SP variation for Lindor in the orange speckle pattern out of 25. So you get an obvious color match there for the Mets. One of Lindor's best photos on a flagship card, I would argue. My dog agrees with that statement. 3 home runs against the Yankees in that game where that photograph was taken. So you might see another version of this too later in the countdown. So we'll call that a teaser. But for now, look at this one. Very, very, very cool card. I love that pattern. Some people don't like the speckle pattern, but I think it's pretty cool. All right, so that was 45. 44, we'll go to Star Wars. Another countdown mainstay here. This is the Heroes of the Resistance Gold Parallel for Rey from 2020 Topps Rise of Skywalker. Out of 10, so pretty rare card, SGC 10. Bought this and graded it myself a few years ago now. One of the first cards I picked up from the set. Thought that was a very clean, nice design on the insert. Not too cluttered. The colors work well together, the blue and the gold and the white. So I've always thought that one was a really kind of neat insert, number 7 of 10 there. All right, so that was... I'm like the worst at remembering. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. That was 44. All right, 43. Another modern baseball card. Just got this one. 43. (2015) Trout Orange at 43. Shout out to Dylan. I know you've got one of these. Very cool. It's got to be one of the best looking baseball cards. Just not, I'm not even talking modern, but just straight up with that photograph. In the 3 Angels logos also very prominent, the helmet and the 2 sleeves. And then that dirt kicking up on the slide, the bag right there. Very, very cool card. I'd been really hunting for one of these. I didn't care if it was the orange or the gold or the black paper or the pink paper. Any of those 4 would have been fine. And I just found this one for the right price at the right time. Just waited for one to go to auction. All the bins I just felt were way too high, but yeah, really fired up about this one at 43 on the Trout. All right, 42. Let's get another shiny card here. Let's go back to the early stuff, the good stuff. 1996. Whoa, man. Topps Chrome, first Topps Chrome refractors for football. Obviously, they had Finest before that, but as a Topps Chrome set, this was the first year. This is the Marino PSA 9. This is one I used to have and sold it, and I regretted it. Now I got another one. So I think before I had an 8, though. So now I have a 9, which is just pretty sick looking. I mean, there's so much etching in this card, like, and just all the shine just hits so different, like on all the little logos and the helmet, on the stripes on the pants and the socks. Just a very, very well constructed card. Even on the wrist, we get that little NFL logo shine pops a little bit on it. So these are just, I mean, gallery style pieces at this point. Yeah, so pretty sick. 42, is that right? 42 for Marino here on the 96 refractor. I could just look at this card for hours. So that one's just wild. All right. 41. 41. Okay. 2000 SPX football. Edgerrin James, PSA 10. Out of 25. See there, 8 of 25, right above his name down there. These are beautiful. I showed you the Marv earlier. This one ranks a little higher because I like the Edge photo better, and I like the PSA 10 better than the PSA 9, but I graded this myself, so I was pretty stoked to get a 10. Yeah, just a beautiful card. Number 41 there for Edge. All right, number 40. Back to vintage. Back to one of the most iconic people ever. Got Marilyn Monroe there, number 40. 57 Dutch Gum, PSA 4. Beautiful card. Just classic look. Featuring the bus stop film, 20th Century Fox. Very respectable 4 there. Bought this raw, graded it myself. Very, very proud of this one. It's just a classic non-sport vintage card. Number 40. Okay, 39. Let's go back to baseball. I don't know if we've seen any of these yet. Heritage Gold from 2024, the last year that Heritage was Heritage. This is the last year of the Golds out of 5. Got Bryce Harper there, copy 5 of 5. And I will say I do have this listed on eBay right now because I just bought another card very similar to this one that I would like to pay for. So if you're in the market for one of these, you might be able to catch me in a little bit of cash raising mode. So you might be able to get this for a good price before I change my mind. But for right now, it's still with me. It's still a highly ranking card at 39. I think the only thing that keeps this one down a little bit is that photograph. Just nothing really special for me. You'll see here I mean, I've got other Bryce cards that just have way better photos than this one, but it doesn't, I mean, the rest of the characteristics of it obviously keep it up pretty high, but yeah, this is the 2024 Heritage Gold for Bryce. There's the back. That is card number 39. 38, let's go back to back Harper cards. This is the 2020. So this one is shinier, I will say, than the 2024, just by a little bit. You get more of that shout out to Shane, that stippling, as he would call it, or as I would call it, or as somebody would call it, but yeah, that's a beauty. 2020 really pops. And also, I have this one listed for sale. This one I'm asking more for because I think it's a better card than the 24. So this one you can also get if you're in the market for one of these, but I'm probably not quite as flexible on the price with this one because I'd rather keep the 2020 and sell the 2024 to offset the cost of another card I just got. I will sell the 2020, but it's going to be more expensive just because I think that's a just overall better build on that one. So that's 38 for Bryce on the 2020. I have a feeling that this one is probably going to stick with me just because I don't think I'm going to be quite so flexible. But yeah, there you go, 5 of 5 on the back. Bought that one privately from a buddy too, so I think I'll probably keep it, but if I can get what I want for it, I will sell it. But that's 38. All right, 37, Star Wars. This is an iconic image from Return of the Jedi. There you got Leia, the Galaxy card from 2012. I think I am pretty sure I was the first person to ever grade this card in PSA 10. I think I graded it in 10 twice, and there's probably been others that have got 10s by now, but yeah, I really went after those. I graded quite a few and got mostly 9s and 8s, but I did get a couple 10s, and this was the first 10 that I got. So this one I always just knew I was going to keep that. It's just such an iconic looking card, and you know, the Galaxy paper cards are no easy grade if you've ever tried to get 10s on these, so you know. But yeah, sick card. Just a very, very classic look for Leia there. Tremendous artwork from 2012. And is that 37? I think that's 37. PSA 10. All right, 36. Back to football. 2000 Donruss Elite. This is the Peyton Manning status out of 18. This was always kind of a dream card for me. Finally tracked it down and was able to get it at a price that I could stomach. So this is a very, very rare card, obviously. Very shiny, early 2000s. I've talked about these a million times. It just kind of, football for me right now, it's kind of stagnant, not really going after any football. I'm just so focused on modern baseball. But this kind of stuff is always going to be very important to me. And eventually I feel I'll cycle back and start to think of maybe some different angles I can take on football moving forward. But this is just one of those cards where it's just like, you know, just one of those that you're always trying to find. And then, you know, it's just, you know, there's only 18 of them and there's from 25 years ago. So always going to be a pretty high on my list. But so that's number 36 there for Peyton. I'll show you the back because the back's pretty cool. There you go. All right, 35. Back to modern baseball. Okay, 35. Let me dust this one off a little bit. Here's the 2022 Aaron Judge. Obviously the home run record year. Shout out to the home run record crew, Shane and Dylan and Vintage Sanctuary. I know those three guys are all over this card. This is the best version I've ever been able to get, and the only version I have, and I think it's probably the only one I'll ever buy unless I can find a better copy. But I'm cool with the purple out of 10. Card number 99 in the set, PSA 9. I think this is copy 9 of 10, pretty sure. Yeah, so copy 9. So we've got the card number 99, PSA 9, copy number 9 of 10. So that's cool. Beautiful card. I think 2022 Sapphire is my favorite year of Sapphire in the 2020s. It's got just a thicker background. The other years are just a little bit more blended, which is not bad by any means, but 2022 just has a little bit of an extra kick to it, in my opinion. So that's why this one's up here at number 36. Very, very cool card. I could look at that one for a while. So, all right, next up, kind of a toss-up here. Let's just go back to back with Judge. So this will be number 35. This is a new one here. All right, 35. So this is the MVP award winner, or the award winner variation in Judge was the AL MVP last year. So this is really cool. They started doing these in 2024 to celebrate the MVPs, the Rookie of the Year, and the Cy Young. So there's 6 different players that have these each year. In 2024, they were numbered to 23 because the awards were obviously for the 2023 award winners. This year in 2025 Topps Chrome, they're numbered to 24 to celebrate last year, the 2024 season. What's interesting about the numbering on this is you can see there it's out of 2024 and it's copy 2022, or it's copy 22 of 24. So that's both of Aaron Judge's MVP seasons. 2022 he was the MVP, 2024 he was the MVP, and now this is a card from 2025 where he's likely to win his 3rd MVP. So MVP in 25, MVP in 24, MVP in 22. Card number 99, PSA 9. Now I'm just getting a little wild with it, but it's a sick card, even despite all the weird numbers and stuff. But yeah, I got this super cheap too because I just smashed bin on it, and yeah, and now I mean, this is one I just feel like I was really lucky just to pick up when I did, because I think these cards are just very, very cool and very unique too. Like, I'm fairly critical of Topps and Fanatics for some of the stuff they're doing with parallels and watering down so many things, but I will give them credit on this. This is a phenomenal idea. Really glad they did it. Hope, my fingers are crossed, that they just leave it alone. Don't make other versions. Just leave it at 24 across the board and make them hard to get. That's what makes these cards special. If you start doing, you know, different colors of it and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna just crash it. So, but right now these are absolutely sick. 2022, 2025. I don't have a ton of Judge cards. I think you've actually seen all three of the ones that I have in this countdown. I've really realized that I'm all in on Ohtani basically, and I do want some Aaron Judge cards, as you know, just because. But yeah, I'm really glad I've just held on to the ones I have, and I'm just trying to find the best version of the flagship in any given year that I can for the best price. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Really, really stoked. I would not be surprised if that one's higher next year, just because I think that's such a cool card. But now I've completely lost track of the number. We'll call that 35, I guess. It's probably 34, but yeah, we'll say 34. If we end up off by 1 or 2, that's okay. So, all right, next up, 33. 33. Let's go back to football for a minute. 2000 Upper Deck, game used patch. Hand numbered out of 25. These are just probably my favorite game use set of all time. Very, very cool patch there with the stitching. You get the hand numbering from Upper Deck with the Sharpie there. Great photo for Edge. These are so, so, so rare. 8.5 SGC. I bought 2 of these actually. I sold one, but they were both running at the same auction a couple of years back. So I kept the one that had the better patch. And that was this one, obviously, but yeah. Card number 32 here, or 33, one of those. Definitely one that I'll probably have forever. So I'll show you the back. Good. All right, 31, 2023. Topps Chrome Star Wars. This is the red refractor for Dark Ray there out of 5. One of my best color match cards, gotta say, with the dual red bladed lightsabers there, but this is a sick one. Definitely need to get this in a PSA case to get the other color match of it going on, but yeah, this is a beautiful card here. Out of 5. Very, very cool. All right, 31 there. All right, number 30, I think. We'll stick with Star Wars. Another 2020 Topps Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. This is the gold parallel from the Be With Me card. PSA 9. Oh, another number 9 and a 9. Cool. Great image, the meditation shot there from when she's training at the beginning of the film. Always thought that was very classic, just really great imagery. With Star Wars, a big problem is image recycling on their modern cards. They use the same images over and over and over and over again. It's just really demoralizing. So when you get stuff like this with a unique image, it just really separates itself from the rest of the cards. So golds are out of 10, so you get some rarity there. Again, bought this really early when I came back into cards in 2020, so number 30 there. All right, 29. 29, 28, 27. No, actually, okay. So this next card is going to be number 30. So we were off by 1. Number 30, this is a special one here. 1955. A and B C film stars, Marilyn Monroe. PSA 6, man. Marilyn Monroe never had a Topps card, which is wild in and of itself. If you think about when her fame was really kind of blowing up. It would have been perfect for a couple of those early top sets. The 1953 might have been a little bit too early, but the 57 Hit Stars, I'm surprised she wasn't in that. Liz Taylor was in that. Elvis was in that. So this is from 55. A&BC Film, or A&BC Gum, was like the British version of Topps. Eventually Topps acquired them or merged with them or whatever. So this really does feel like a Topps card, just with the big color, you know, the artistic rendition, all that kind of stuff. And it's so cool because it just reminds me of those vintage golden era Topps baseball cards. But you're talking here about literally, I mean, one of the most famous people ever. And this is a super rare card relatively speaking. It's like a pop, you know, probably 15 or so in a PSA 6, and there's not that many higher. So yeah, I thought this was, I will tell you, this is the most expensive vintage non-sport card I've ever bought, and it was still only a few $100s. So again, just a lot of relative value in that category as far as I'm concerned. When you think about people like Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Liz Taylor, whoever else, yeah. And I think this is one, just as far as vintage non-sport goes, this was just kind of an essential, yeah, just kind of an essential addition for me. So that'd be number 30. Okay. 29, we got a sketch card. 2021 Topps, Star Wars Galaxy. This is the Rey sketch by Lindsay Grayling. Had this one for a while. Beautiful artwork. Always really been impressed with the style on these. And yeah, just great shading, great color. Very, very cool. As you know, the artist signs the back. So I've always thought this was a really sharp card. That is number, what did I say? This is 29. All right. 28, be a football card. 2000 Fleer Ultra, Platinum Medallion for Peyton Manning, PSA 9. Just like that status parallel I showed earlier, just one of those must-haves for me from 2000. Out of 50, great image for Peyton, very rare. And this is the everything's a parallel era. So I mean, this was literally the, you know, there was the out of 50 platinum and then the 101 sort of masterpiece or whatever. There wasn't a bunch of others. So that's what makes these really special. Number 28 there for Peyton. All right, 27. Another Peyton here. 2000 SPX, PSA 9, out of 25, the Spectrum Parallel. Saw the Edge PSA 10 earlier. Great image for Peyton on this one. That hand warmer, I love those. Classic shot, dropping back to throw. Beautiful card. Beautiful card, man. 27 there. All right, last card. Almost knocked the camera over. 26. The man of the hour, Mr. Ohtani. 2021 Topps, the Mother's Day, out of 50. This may seem like a bit of a random card to throw up at 26 compared to some of the other stuff I've shown, but I've basically come to the conclusion that all my Ohtani cards have increased in likability as far as I'm concerned. So like anything Ohtani is just like rising my rank in my rankings right now. 2021 Topps is my favorite overall Ohtani flagship card. I love that picture. I like the 2021 design a lot more than other people. I know a lot of people have problems with it, and I can understand why. But for me, it's just really, I've really come to like it. I don't, it's hard to explain why. I think it's just because maybe it is just so, like, with the text being small and just kind of whatever in these angles, to me, it just really emphasizes the player in the image. And I think these pink parallels from 21 look really good. Like, I mean, most people would probably rather go with the black. I mean, the Independence Day was a little bit kind of dull in 21. I think this pink really pops, though. I think it's a very sharp looking card, and for whatever reason, I just think pink is a cool color with Ohtani. I don't know if it's just like with like the association with Japan and like the cherry blossoms and that type of thing. It just kind of works for me. I don't really know, but like in my head, I just think that's a nice, or maybe it's just so close to like kind of works with red well. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I just think it's a really sharp card. You know, any 2021 Ohtani parallel is like hard to find right now. He didn't have a hitting image in 21, so it kind of, again, just signifies the beginning of his breakout, his first MVP, and really just kind of the Ohtani era, so to speak, really kicks off in 21. So yeah, for all those reasons, that card kind of rose to the top of this segment. Next time we'll do 25 all the way to number 1. Again, if you've stuck around through all this, thank you, appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.